Hi friends, I wanted to take a couple minutes and just talk to you about the importance of reading with your children, no matter how old they are, whether they're teeny tiny babies and they're learning the language for the first time, or whether they're teenagers and they don't want to hear from you anymore. It's still important to read to them. That is the best way to help them become lifelong readers. So I wanted to take the opportunity to share a couple of things from Jim Trelease. He wrote the Read Aloud Handbook. Before he wrote it, he went around to all of the K through 12 classrooms, well, not all of them, but in many places in America, he went to K through 12 classrooms. And he asked the question, how many kids here want to go home and read a book for fun? And when the kids were in kindergarten, it was 100%. Everybody, I want to go home and read a book. Please, 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 can we go home and read a book? And then when they were in 4th grade, only about 56% of the kids wanted to go home and read a book. And the numbers kept going down until they got to be seniors in high school, when only 1 in 5 of them wanted to go home and read a book, 19%. But the biggest statistical drop was between kindergarten and 4th grade, and they were wondering what in the world happens that 44% of kids don't want to read anymore by the time they get to 4th grade. And what they found was a two-pronged reason. There's a big psychological difference between come here and read with me and go do your homework. So as kids learned how to read, their parents stopped reading aloud to them and stopped cuddling up with them, and the actual touching, or rather not touching, really turned kids off from reading. And there's a big difference between, you know, come read with me and go away and do your homework. So it was the combination of the come versus go, and then the touching or not touching really made a difference. So I will encourage you to read aloud to your kids and play footsie with the teenagers under the table, and continue to read books that will stretch them in wonderful ways, no matter how old your kids are. I also wanted to highlight a couple of great reading things that we have with Usborne. The very first reading set is a set of 15 books, and this is a set that's specifically designed to teach your kids how to read. It's a comprehensive phonics curriculum. So a sound in the English language is called a phoneme, and so the first book in the series only asks the child to read 8 different phonemes, or 8 different sounds, and the parent reads one page and then the child is reading the other page. The child is, you're supposed to read these books until the kids have memorized them and they're thoroughly bored. There are puzzles at the end of them, so as you read them over and over and over again over the course of a week or 2 or 3, depending on how long it takes for the child to memorize the book and read it well, they can learn that. By the time they're in book 8, they're reading, after the first couple of read-throughs, they're reading on their own. The language has gotten smaller, as you can see, and again they're reading on their own, so there's not a whole lot of words per page, so that it's not overwhelming to the kids. And then by the time they've gotten to book 15, they have seen all of the different phonemes in all of their different spellings, and they are reading. And I wanted to just show you what I mean by all the different phonemes and all their different spellings. So the sound F is not only in F, but also FF, and in PH, and in GH, like in rough. And here's another example. His little blue boat sailed out on the ocean, though nobody saw it in all the commotion. Ocean and commotion are 2 completely different spellings for the same sound, shun. And they're just very clever that way about putting things together. So that's a great set. It comes with a parent guide as well. And if you don't want to go through this whole series, that's perfectly fine. Usborne does other phonics things as well, but they found that 95% of the children read best through a phonics curriculum. And so I would encourage you to read all kinds of rhyming stories and do all kinds of rhyming things with them. This, encouraging parents to read with their kids, no matter how old they are, is the reason that I do what I do. It's the reason that you're here at this Facebook party, is because I really enjoy talking with you guys and encouraging you to read to your kids. So I encourage you to host your own Facebook parties so that we can talk to more people and more people and more people about the benefits of reading aloud. And also, and if you'd like to do what we're doing and do your own, have your own Usborne business, we need the help. Around the country, we need the help. The more successful we are, the more parents will read to their kids, the more kids will learn, and the better families will be connected, and the better the kids will grow. So that's why I do what I do, and thank you very much for listening. Now the question at the end of the video is, have you ever thought of being an Usborne rep or hosting a party before? And if so, what questions do you have? Thanks.